Hey everybody, and
guys.
welcome along to our review of Battle of the Sexes. Big thank you to Event Cinemas Pacific Fair for throwing us an invite. I am joined tonight by Jay the Bald Guy. Say hello, Jay the Bald Guy.
Hello guys, how you going?
There you go, he said hi to you. So this movie is set in the early 70s, around a time when chauvinism was very prevalent in the world, especially in the world of sport. And everything came to a head in a exhibition tennis match by Billie Jean King, played by Emma Stone, and Bobby Riggs, played by Steve Carrell.
It was also in a time when it was obviously a very closeted sexuality. A lot of people who were gay were obviously afraid to come out for social reasons. And it was pretty much coming to a head at that point for Billie Jean King, who was wrestling with her sexuality at this particular point.
So that being said, was this a good movie? It was okay. It was one of those movies that, I didn't hate it, but at the end of the day, will I ever see it again? I don't think so. The performances were really good. I thought Emma Stone and Steve Carell were absolutely fantastic in their roles. There was a really great supporting cast as well. Bill Pullman, who else was in there?
Alan Cumming was in there as well.
And the guy from Eurotrip, Mi Scusi, he was in there as well.
Mi scusi. Mi scusi.
But yeah, look, I'm coming into this from someone who's not into sport or into tennis or anything like that. I didn't know anything about the characters. Coming away from it, it hasn't really changed my life. Not in the way that other biographical picks, like, say, Hacksaw Ridge, for instance, where you come away thinking, oh my God, I'm glad I saw that movie because that is a person I need to know about. This movie just didn't really wow me.
Yeah, there's nothing to take away from what Billie Jean King had done, obviously, for equality in sport, as well as equality for LGBT players or people in general. But I think the problem with this film is that it's not sure what it wants to tell you. Is that it's trying to tell you two stories at once. It's selling you on the fact that it's built around this huge Battle of the Sexes tournament. But the underlying story is really what takes precedence. And the only problem with that, that's all good. But the problem with it is that it totally takes the tension away from the tennis match. And that's what the film spends all its time building up to. So when it gets there, there's really no excitement in it whatsoever. And it's a really bland finish.
Yeah, look, I agree. I personally felt the tone was a little inconsistent in this film. It didn't really know whether it wanted to be a movie about this big battle of the sexes or a biography story about Billie Jean King.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought that, it was just inconsistent in its tone a little bit too much. Not only that, it's being billed as a comedy, but I really didn't laugh in it. Not more than like a kind of a thing.
I think what we've seen here is our first taste of 2017 Oscar bait. By which I mean that films like this that have got fantastic casts. The directors are the guys who did Little Miss Sunshine.
And Ruby Sparks, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, so this has got Oscar cred written all over it, and so much so the subject matter is relevant. Even now, when the film is set in 1973, 2017, the subject matter is still as relevant as it was then. So this is the first Oscar bait film, we're going to say. Whether or not it's a contender, I don't think it is, because it just seems like a real missed opportunity. But they might just lap it up for the people involved in the themes it approaches. Is it a fantastic film? No, I honestly don't believe it is. I would only recommend seeing it if you're really big fans of either Steve Carell or Emma Stone.
Or tennis.
But even then, you'd get more exciting tennis watching it on Channel 7.
Yeah. That's the thing, I respect what they were trying to do with this movie, with the theme, etc. I believe that, equality is a hugely important issue, and I definitely believe that women are as good as men in everything. But, this movie just didn't really hit that point home enough for me. So, final thoughts?
Final thoughts, well, again, look, this was a real disappointment, I gotta say. I was hoping for something that, if it wasn't going to be funny, so be it. But with the cast and the talent involved, it could have been just as quirky and enjoyable as Little Miss Sunshine, but it unfortunately wasn't. I would give it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, for me, look, I'll probably go a little bit higher, mainly because I thought it was really well made. It had a very 70s vibe to it, from, you know, using like early Fox logo at the start, and the film quality, everything about it, you know, had a very authentic feel. So I thought it was a well-made movie. It was, you know, the performances were really good, but at the end of the day, yeah, look, I'm not going to see it again. I'm definitely not going to own it on Blu-ray. So I'm going to give Battle of the Sexes a 6 out of 10.
We were close. We were close.
We were very close. Maybe a little too close. Equality now. No. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, yeah, so look, if you guys have seen Battle of the Sexes, let us know what you thought of it.
Absolutely.
And while I'm here, I'm going to give this guy's channel a huge plug. So head over to Film Reviews with Jay the Bald Guy, because
subscribe.
Yeah, he's doing amazing reviews. I am a massive fan of what this guy is doing, and he actually makes me jealous whenever he does these cool intros and stuff. So I'll put a link to his channel at the end of this, so make sure you click on it, head over to subscribe.
And also, there's that new app that we're part of now.
Yes, Stardust. If you are interested in checking it out, yeah, it's a really cool app where it just gives you 30 seconds to post a quick reaction to a movie, and there's a whole big community growing. We're part of it, so I'll put a link down in the description box if you want to have a look at that. It's available for both iOS and Android, and yeah, we're really big fans of it, and we're going to go post reviews of that now. In the meantime, yeah, so if you've seen Battle of the Sexes, let us know what you thought of it. Drop some comments, either here or on Facebook. All the social media links are in the description below, because I like to talk about movies, he likes to talk about movies, and we would love to talk about movies with you. See you next time.
Click subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest movie reviews. Skynet will be taking over any day now, so what have you got to lose? Nyah.